I was told I looked 43, which is BS, and I quickly blocked that person on TikTok. When you're on a GLP-1, sometimes your body changes fast. So fast that your skin, hair, and nails cannot keep up. But don't worry, we are going to discuss it today. Please take a moment to subscribe to my channel if you have not. If this video helped you, let YouTube know by liking the video. So if you're new here, I'm Alexis Hope. If you're true, what's good? I have been on my major weight loss journey since last year. I have dropped 60 or so pounds, gained a few here and there since I've stopped Zepbound, but nobody's discussing what it does to your skin, hair, and nails. And that is what we're going to talk about today, because somebody needs to talk about this. So of course, I'm going to start with myself. So the first thing that I noticed was my skin changing. Now, if you are over a certain amount of pounds, you probably have a lot of fat. And I've had people ask me, what do you do for saggy skin, things like that. I didn't have as much saggy skin as I thought I would have. My arms are still, flabby, but what I had was dry skin. I had, patches, things like that, that was just dry. And a lot of this is because I'm not that good when it comes to hydration. Never have been, never will. That I wish that, a water brand would come out with an electrolyte coffee. Throwing that out there, just throwing that out there. But a lot of it is, lack of nutrients, hydration. So that makes your skin change. Not only that, but we all know Ozempic face is a thing. It is a thing because when you lose weight, you lose the fullness in your face. A lot of us lose the roundness in our face. I could look back at pictures of myself and I'm like, you know what? I look so cute and like a little butterball. And for a while there, when I was on my GLP-1, I kind of looked at myself and I'm like, okay, I don't recognize her, and it's kind of scary. And then at one point I did notice like the color from my skin was gone. And I have had to go through a lot of foundations trying to find my exact match. And that's because my skin changed. Now, if anybody's also dealing with PCOS, you probably have hormonal changes. Hormones are going to be the death of me. I cannot. I have had hormone issues to the point where like I would just, start my menstrual cycle, get really upset and like quit a job because my hormones just made me go from 0 to 100. So I have tried to stay on my birth control so that I wouldn't have, my menstrual cycle, and I would keep my hormones in check. But if you're taking certain GLP-1s like Zepbound, you're probably being told that it just makes, your birth control just pretty much non-effective. And that's why a lot of people are getting pregnant on Zepbound. If you're looking to you might get pregnant on Zepbound. And that's because it really changes your hormones. It changes, the things in your body. So I did stop taking it for a little while because I was told it really doesn't do any good. But then I'm thinking, I still don't want my menstrual cycle. But I stopped taking it, and my skin kind of, I would get like acne, and I'm in my 30s. I shouldn't be getting acne, but and a lot of that was probably just hormones and my skin being like, yeah, what's going on here? You stopped your birth control, you came back on the birth control, you're taking Zepbound. There's a lot of skin just changes that comes with, losing weight and taking a GLP-1. Now, I will say I have seen the time where I could do absolutely nothing to my skin. That time has passed. I now have to take care of my skin from not only the inside, but the outside. So I actually had to build a skincare routine. I had to, make sure I was taking my collagen supplements, things like that, because I'm just unfortunately at the age where wrinkles are showing up. I would get the acne from the hormonal imbalance, and it would leave dark spots. My hirsutism is still a thing. because of my PCOS. So it is just so much. I now have to actually build a routine. And the fact that I lost weight, my face is kind of just drooping. You know, you want to plump things back up. You don't want it to be drooping, because I was told I looked 43, which is BS. And I quickly blocked that person on TikTok, but I digress. Now for my loose skin, I don't have much, but of course, you know, just toning your body, weightlifting, staying hydrated, the collagen, because I have two types of collagen. I have bone broth collagen, and I'll link this below. I have the bone broth collagen, and I just have, you know, the collagen peptide that I put in either my water or my smoothie, and, you know, just make sure I'm getting it in. So the collagen bone broth is actually I think it's because I really like drinking that. It tastes really good. I mean, I'd rather have that than to drink water, honestly. And of course, I've been to the dermatologist. We are on the same page about things. Just trying to get everything back in formation because I don't want, you know, the drooping, and I want to firm things back up. You know, I have noticed more, you know, lines and wrinkles. What we're getting there. We're getting there. So I really was not prepared for how fast my skin was going to change. Now, on the flip side of that, hair. My hair is growing everywhere but my head. I had made a post, I believe it was maybe in January or February. I made a community post saying, I don't know if I want to cut my hair off because it is coming out, and it's coming out so bad. I mean, it would be all over my shower. And at the time, my hair was maybe about the same length or so that my wig is right now. And to just see my hair come out the way it did, I'm talking about strands everywhere. And then one day I feel in the back of my head, and it was almost no hair. So I'm feeling around, and there was like no hair up here in a spot, no hair back there in a spot. That's when I made the decision to cut my hair close, very short, and let it grow again. That was emotional. My dermatologist explained to me what that was, and it's so sad to, you know, cut my hair. I shaved it off, and it was uneven. I mean, it'll grow back, but like just to cut my hair off, hold it in my hand, and know it's the end of an era. And I did that for my peace of mind, so that I wouldn't see it everywhere, so that I wouldn't comb it and it just be all in the comb. I first noticed that there were some texture changes to my hair. My hair is not thin, but it's not thick either. But then some strands would be like really thick, and then maybe like a strand or so that would be thin. I mean, it was just weird. And then I found a gray. That has to be the Zepbound. That has to be the weight loss, because what? Crazy enough, I didn't lose hair like around my edges and stuff. It was just like certain spots that were almost bald, but not completely. Like I felt like there was stubble there. So imagine hair that's down here, everywhere else just about, and then like certain spots there's just like little stubble, you know. So that was just so emotional, but it happens. There is a name for that. I will put it on the screen, because once again, that is a big word for Elmo. So what I learned is that not only did I have to take care of my skin, I needed to take care of my hair. And all of this is caused by a lack of nutrients and just rapid weight loss. Now, there are some people who are on GLP-1s and they are slow losers. But those of us like me who lost weight fast and out of nowhere, it's our body adjusting. So for my hair, I am taking a multivitamin plus hair gummy in the mornings. It's a liquid because I don't like pills. And I am also using minoxidil. Now I'll link that below as well, so that you guys can check that out. But my hair is growing back. I'm keeping it moisturized. I am trying my hardest to, you know, just keep my hands out of it. You know, like as far as like the lace front, like the glue and stuff to keep my, keep the glue off of it, all of that stuff. So I'm trying my best to take better care of my hair than I was, which is always why I'm trying to wear the wig. I'm trying to keep it hidden. That way it's not exposed to pillow, my clothes, things like that. I do love how this is stuff that nobody talks about, which is crazy because you would think that at least all of us women, who lost weight fast, would have noticed something like this. But that's why this medicine affects everybody differently. And I've even had people say they're afraid to take the medicine because they don't want to lose their hair. Baby, it will grow back. I promise you, you get one life to live. You don't want to spend it being 300 pounds if there's a way that you can, get down to a healthy weight. The hair is going to grow back. My hair is growing back. It's going to take it a few months, but that's okay. I will wig it out until it does, until it gets to a length that I want. Maybe I should, it's still short now. I'm terrified to show my hair on camera, but maybe I should do something as far as like my hair growth journey or something like that. But it'll come back. There is no reason for you to not take this medication if that's what you're afraid of. But if you're also dealing with this, if you're dealing with, the change in your looks, the texture of your skin, your hair coming out, trust me, this is temporary. We now know that this is an issue and we know how to fix it. It's okay. We just have to change our routine, change our plans. There's nothing wrong with it. It's growth. We are in a much better place than we were. We are in a healthier place than we were. Absolutely nothing that you did was wrong. We are just fast losers and we lost weight rapidly, and it's our body catching up, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, with that being said, if you guys are also experiencing that, tell me down below what you're doing. Let me know if you guys are, dealing with the skincare, especially if you're over a certain age. If you're 30 plus, there's my 20s, I would have bounced back from this. But let me know what you're doing as far as like the flabby arm. Like, I lost my butt. What are we doing for this stuff? I let you guys know what I was doing, and coming up, I'll show you my actual routine. But you guys, it's okay. Take the medicine. This will pass, I promise. But with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.